Good morning, you guys, and welcome back to my channel for another video. Today I wanted to sit down with you guys in advance notice and share with you my Christmas schooling plans, as well as explain exactly what that even means. I've received a few messages from homeschool moms who are probably just getting started on their homeschooling journeys, and learning all of the homeschool mom lingo can be overwhelming. They're saying, Ashley, what is Christmas schooling? Do you do that? What is that? So I'm here to explain. I do want to thank Campfire Curriculums for sponsoring today's video. I have two, not one, but two really wonderful unit studies for your family to complete, enjoy during this Christmas season. As you make your plans, you should definitely consider using one or both of Campfire Curriculum's units. I love their brand new one, which I'm going to show you guys a flip through of here in a second. But let's talk about Christmas. Let's talk about homeschooling through Christmas. Let's talk about it all. And I do have a coupon code to share with you guys, so make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video, because that's when I will give that code to you guys. And then I'll also post the link and the information down below in the description box for you as well. All right, so before I share with you guys my plans for my homeschool this Christmas season, what is Christmas schooling? I understand the confusion. I didn't really know what it meant for a few years when I very first started homeschooling, and then I realized that it's a term that is used in the homeschooling community to describe how you're going to be homeschooling through the Christmas season. Some people like to completely set aside everything they've been doing and just focus on doing something surrounding Christmas, whatever that choice is for their family. There's tons of different ways and options that you can do that, of course. Some people, like myself, like to do a little bit of both, where we keep up with certain subjects through the Christmas season, but we also take a big shift away from our regular history curriculums, our regular science curriculums, and we just take the few months, really November and December, to focus in on Christmas, doing additional activities, doing additional, learning history, but learning it on the topic of something that has to do with Christmas. It just brings in such seasonal fun and joy and family togetherness, and a focus on Christ, which is really what the season is all about anyway. So that's my personal preference. And then there's people that just continue on with their school year as normal. They don't really do anything extra for Christmas or the holidays. They just kind of stick with their regular routine and schedule, and there is nothing wrong with that. I did that for quite a few years. I would read Christmas books, like read alouds and things, but I didn't really do anything as far as curriculum changes went. So there's kind of like three camps to fall in, and all of those would explain what Christmas schooling is. Every homeschooler does this differently. There is no right or wrong way. It really comes down to what you enjoy, what your children enjoy, and what is the right choice this Christmas season for your family and your homeschool. Are you in a season where you want to do some crafting, some baking, some additional fun activities, or are you in a season where that is adding burden and stress to you? Those are questions only you can answer, but that is what Christmas schooling is. So I hope that that helps those of you who are new and might be wondering what that even means. So as I said, this year and the past few years, what I personally like to do is keep up with our regular subjects as far as math and language arts, those independent subjects go. I like to keep up with that. However, I really take a pause on history, and I take a pause on science with my younger children. This year, my older kids will need to keep up with that to some extent, and this is a first for our homeschool, because usually when I make a decision like that, it's a decision for everyone. So but their workloads are higher, they're older, they understand. So when I'm saying I'm taking a pause on history and science, I'm talking about for my younger kids. We'll make some adaptations for my older kids as well, because they will definitely be joining in with us as we use the Campfire Curriculum's newest Christmas release, which you're going to see here in a second. So that will be done family style. So that's what I like to do. I like to take a pause on other things. I really take a pause on our read alouds. Like, everything just kind of waits until after Christmas for us to jump back into everything full force. I like to read all of our Christmas books. It's like a tradition, and I'm going to do a separate video on that, just because if I were to include books in this video would be really, really long. So for us this year, what that's looking like as far as a break really depends. Each year I evaluate where we are, how we're progressing, how much time have we taken off prior to Christmas, and I make a decision based on those things. It's also why I don't plan out my entire homeschool year at the start of a school year. Well, this year we are doing really, really well. We're much farther into things than I planned or expected to be, so we have earned and can enjoy, in my own brain, of course, because no one is telling me this but myself, a very nice long Christmas break. And I'm really excited about that break. So what that's going to look like for us this year, based on when the Christmas holiday falls. If Christmas is on a Wednesday, I just scrap the whole week. I'm just going to tell you that. But one thing that I do want to say is I personally prefer having time off after Christmas than a bunch of time off before Christmas. I have a lot of reasons for that, but those are probably just personal to me and my family. So for us this year, since Christmas does fall on a Sunday, I believe, we are going to work probably up until the Thursday before Christmas. So somewhere around the 21st, 22nd. Using, all the materials that I have gathered, using Campfire for our morning basket time, using our Advent study. So it's going to be adapted and kind of like tethered down a tad, but we're going to work pretty much up until Christmas. And then I'm going to take, obviously, I think like the 22nd until well after New Year. So I'm going to take some time there, because after Christmas is always when my kids want time off. They have, money that they want to spend, and I need to like reset my whole house and get it back in order. I need to organize things. And so I just prefer to have that time off after Christmas. Now, one thing I do want to say is this is all subject to change, right? My life can change, my thoughts can change, and anytime I share something, people are like, well, you said. I can change it, but that's my plan as of now. So that is my plan for Christmas. Like I said, I'm going to share with you guys in a separate video the books for Morning Basket Morning Time, just because this was going to be way too long if I included it here. But what I can share with you guys is the unit from Campfire Curriculums that I have chosen to do. It is their brand new unit. It is called In the Season of Caroling Noel. I had to look down, and it is basically a hymn study merged with Christmas, and it encompasses all the things that I really have grown to enjoy about Campfire Curriculums. So let me show you guys the two options from Campfire Curriculums for Christmas this year, in case any of you guys are looking for something to do that will bring Christmas into your homeschool without abandoning everything, unless of course you want it to. That is one of the best things about Campfire, is you get to decide how to use it in your home and how it will work best. It is so adaptable. So let me show you the two units available from Campfire Curriculums. So both of the units from Campfire Curriculums are family style units. You can use them together or you can use them independently, which is why I have them both in this binder. If we don't get to doing them both, then maybe we'll do one next year, or maybe I will do both. I haven't fully decided yet, but they can be done together or they can be done separately. Let's talk about the things they have in common. Well, first, they are both campfire style, which I've shared with you guys their philosophies and how they put together their units in past videos. So if you want to check that out, you can head to their website and read all about what they do, why they do it, and all of that good stuff. So both units, in the season of caroling as well as Christmas around the campfire, are campfire style. They are both meant to be taught family style. Both of them do not have any teacher's guides or worksheets. That goes along with the campfire method. They're extremely flexible, meaning you can do all of it, you can do some of it, you can set a timer for 30 minutes and then wrap it up for the day. So they're very customizable, which is something that I really, really love. You could completely just use this for your homeschool time for the entire Christmas season. You could do it every day. You could really do some deep dives, or you could do it once a week in morning basket or multiple times. So whatever your family wants, you can utilize Campfire Curriculum's units in the way that serves your family best, which is what I love. So Caroling Noel, like I said, is their newest release. This is a hymn study merged with Christmas. This unit right here is something that dads can enjoy teaching. It really, really emphasizes singing praises to the Lord. This is rich in history and very impactful. So let me show you guys a little bit of how I have my binder all set up here. So there's a whole bunch of disclaimers here, which I'm obviously not going to take you through all of them because it's a whole page, but basically they are discussing their primary sources that they use for collecting their information. They talk about the traditional Christmas songs and hymns, perhaps having links to paganism. It talks about different artists that they may not necessarily, agree with their lifestyle choices. So here you have the outline. So it is 12 lessons long, which you can see right on this page right here. And each week, each lesson is focused on a different hymn that your children and you are probably very, very familiar with. And so I am really excited about teaching my kids the history behind these common songs that we sing every year. So this is lesson number 1. Look at the beautiful artwork. I just love it. And it's just ready for you to go. You just start reading right off the page, and there'll be pauses for discussion, which is what I love, is that this is mostly conversational, which is fantastic because, again, no prep work. You can make it work however you want. I wanted to point out this little QR code right here, which is very convenient because anytime there's a link referenced in here, you just have that QR code right away. So again, there's no worksheets. It's just reading and understanding. It's learning the history of those songs, and really, really interesting. So they are accommodating to all learning styles. So here is just one example of that, where they pause for a kinesthetic learning opportunity. The green over here is it's to let you know that if you are reading this with younger kids, you perhaps could skip over those portions. And here's what I love most. So this is the faith talk. So this brings it all back to Christ. I personally, for my kids' ages, do the growing and advanced, which is right here. But in this particular unit, there's not too much of a difference between the growing and advanced versus like the early learners. And some of the other units that Campfire offers, there is a bigger difference than in this one. So you finish with your faith talk, then there's optional activities, so you're not overwhelmed. All activities are optional. I thought this was really funny. My kids laugh at this. They're like, what is figgy pudding? So I guess we're gonna find out this year. The recipes and the crafts and all that are optional. And then you can wrap it up after 30 minutes. Like I said, you can research the song even more. And then here is the end of that. So that is what a typical lesson looks like before you move on to lesson 2. All of them start with a song, and so you're going to be utilizing that links page often so that you can listen to the songs. So that is their newest release, which again is in the season of caroling Noel. Now, if you are wondering, well, how can you make this all I use for homeschool curriculum during the Christmas time? So I printed these out to show you guys. These are core connections pages, and that is what takes a campfire unit from being just, you know, a morning basket type option to utilizing it for all of your children's curriculum. Now, this is optional. Again, you do not have to do this. So I wanted to show you guys exactly what this kind of looks like. Again, they give you so much information, so you're really set up to succeed. And this tells you how to make their units into full, covering all the subjects, covering all the bases. So right here you can see with lesson 1, history, social studies, geography is included in the main lesson. Biblical critical thinking is included in the main lesson. Math is, the focus is probability, and physics is Charles's Law, and language arts is letter writing. So it breaks it down and shows you exactly what your kids are learning, so that way if you did want to use this as your main curriculum for the month of December, like we talked about at the beginning of the video, for Christmas schooling, then you know that you're still covering all those important bases. So it has it listed out for all the lessons. Now let me show you guys an example of this. So this is lesson 1. You can see, so it's going to correlate with the lesson 1 in the unit, but these you're going to do after the fact. So this is the science in lesson 1. The focus is on physics. Then you have lesson 1, language arts, which is letter writing, and it goes through all of that. And then you have your math, which is how you would incorporate math into this, looking at the calendar, probability, you know, all that good stuff. And then here's lesson 2, which I can show you an example of that as well, so you guys can get a feel for it if perhaps you are wanting to just do something entirely different for the month of December. So again, lesson 2 starts with science, and the focus is physics. Here's another thing that I really love is that Campfire has the middle and high school options available, which most unit studies do not include things for older kids. So this is talking about sound waves, which obviously applies to music, learning about that. There's the high school edition if you wanted to have them dive deeper. And then you have your language arts for lesson 2, which is etymology, learning, you know, about the words carol, where did those come from, lots of different activities. So I just printed out a few, but these are the core connections pages that come with all of the units, so that you can completely just utilize these Campfire units for the month of December if you really want to take a break from all of your normal homeschool curriculum. So that's a look at in the season of the caroling Noel. Now let's take a look at the original one, which is Christmas around the campfire. So as I already told you, this was the first unit that Campfire put out for Christmas. This one is focused on history with the Charlotte Mason style, living stories through the eyes of the shepherds. So that's a unique perspective. This unit, like all of theirs, focuses on family bonding. Everything in the unit, like all of the crafts and baking and all of that, is always optional. Which is, you know, I like to say that because we don't need to be overwhelmed with doing more. So this one can be used individually or together with the other ones. It focuses on Jesus's birthday and of course is a living story format being told from the shepherd's perspective. So how I set mine up in here is I just have a little page divider. So let's get there. And this is the other Christmas unit, so you guys can get a feel for the difference between the two. I personally love them both, so it's hard to choose. Again, 12 lessons. So here's the list of what they go through as far as, you know, topics in here. And then this one has an optional calendar if you wanted to follow it, 4 days. If you wanted to map it out for a 5-day, this is a sample. It doesn't have to be followed. They specify that. They give you this nifty timeline. There's a prologue that you're going to want to read, and then you're going to get on to lesson number 1, which again, there's no worksheets. There's no teacher's guide. You just read with your kids. So here is lesson 1, while shepherds watch their flocks. So it's talking about the shepherds obviously being present at the birth of Christ. This is the advanced guidebook, so the early learner may look slightly different, but for my kids' ages, this is what I wanted to print out. Optional activity, discussion, there's your links, QR code, very, very helpful. And then they have these pages in here. So the weather tracker, that's fun. Skip if you want pages. So these are totally optional and they reference them. There is a good place for notes, reflections, prayers, lesson studies. You could make photocopies of that if you wanted. This one is for the gents, it says right at the top. Then there's these discussion questions, an interesting fact. You listen to the song about your unit, then they have suggested family Bible reading, and then you're on to lesson 2. So that just gives you an idea of what, you know, a typical lesson would be like. They personally only take me 15 to 20 minutes to read through. They are not super long. We don't do all of the activities. That's just personal preference, but I hope that helps you guys see a little bit of a difference between the newest release, this one, and the original one, the one on the back here, as well as the core connections pages that help you understand how you can utilize Campfire curriculum for all of the subjects you want your kids to be covering each and every day without using your curriculum you already have purchased. Maybe it's a good time to just take a pause on all of that and have a lighter load, a lighter school day. This would be a great option if that is something that you wanted to do. All right, you guys, so now you've seen the insides of both of the Christmas units that are available from Campfire Curriculums. I will have their website linked down below, and I want to let you guys know I do have a limited time, meaning 1 week only from release of this video. So depending on when you come and see this video, this part might not even be applicable to you because the coupon code is good for only 1 week. So once you get onto Campfire Curriculums, chances are you are going to see more than one unit that you would like to purchase for your family. Perhaps you want both of the Christmas units because you want to do them together. Maybe you still haven't decided on doing something for Thanksgiving. You can grab their Thanksgiving unit. Maybe you're thinking something else along those lines. Well, Campfire has given me a discount code for you guys that I'm going to put right here across the screen and down below as well. It is good for 1 week only, where you can get 4 Campfire Curriculum units for the price of 3. So it's like buy 3 get 1 free type of thing. So that will be down below for you guys. It's good for only 1 week, so make sure you take advantage of it. Once you download your units from Campfire Curriculums, they are saved in your account for forever. So you don't have to worry about losing a link or a link expiring or an email or anything like that. They will always be on Campfire Curriculums website under your account. So just so you know, if you are thinking, well, maybe next year or this or that, well, if you go and grab it right now with that discount, you'll still have it there. It will be there for you for forever. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this flip through and a little bit of my explanation on what my plans are for Christmas schooling. I would love to know down below what you guys do for Christmas. Have you fallen into all 3 of those camps that I described at the beginning of the video, where you go all in and you do none of your regular curriculum? Maybe you do the core connections that come with Campfire. Maybe you're like me and you kind of stay in the middle, and maybe you're like I was for many years, where I just didn't really add on anything for Christmas. Let me know what you guys are thinking down below with a comment. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and you're excited for Christmas content. Stay tuned, because my books, my morning basket, decorating, all that good stuff is going to be coming. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys again really soon. Bye, friends.